Season 6, Episode 8, Taxes Across Life Stages. One of the easiest mistakes to make when thinking about taxes is to treat them as static, a set of rules, a fixed environment, something that works the same way forever. But taxes don't exist in isolation. They interact with something that is constantly changing. Your life, income changes, spending changes, responsibilities change, retirement eventually arrives. And as these stages unfold, the way taxes interact with your financial system changes as well. Early in life, income is often rising, careers are developing, earnings are increasing, and in many cases, tax rates are higher during these years than they may be later. This stage of life often emphasizes accumulation. Money flows into savings, investments are built, and many tax decisions revolve around deferring taxes into the future. Tax-deferred accounts become attractive during this period because they allow income to be shifted forward into years when tax rates may eventually be lower. The container delays visibility, and the compounding engine runs with fewer interruptions. But life does not remain in the accumulation stage forever. Eventually, the direction of money changes. Instead of capital flowing primarily into accounts, it begins flowing out. Retirement arrives. Work income declines or disappears. Withdrawals replace contributions. And when withdrawals begin, the tax system begins to see those deferred gains. Income that was postponed for decades finally becomes visible. Tax-deferred accounts begin to convert accumulated savings into taxable income. This shift illustrates something important. The same account structure behaves very differently depending on where you are in life. During the accumulation years, tax deferral delays taxation. During the withdrawal years, those same accounts generate taxable income as funds are distributed. The container hasn't changed, but the stage of life has. Meanwhile, other account types behave differently. Taxable accounts may continue offering flexibility. Capital gains can still be realized gradually. Assets can still be held indefinitely. Withdrawals can often be structured in ways that control when gains become visible. And Roth accounts may provide a different kind of support. Because withdrawals from Roth structures, when rules are satisfied, may not trigger additional taxation. That income remains outside the tax system's visibility. What begins to emerge is a kind of financial choreography. Different containers begin to play different roles at different moments in life. Some accounts accumulate. Some accounts provide flexibility. Some accounts provide certainty. The system becomes a sequence rather than a single structure. This is why it can be helpful to think of account structures as time-based tools, not just tax tools. Each container interacts with the tax system in a different way, but it also interacts with different stages of life differently. And over decades, those interactions shape how income appears, how taxes are paid, and how capital moves through the system. The goal is not to predict every future tax rule. That would be impossible. The goal is simply to build a structure that offers options, a mix of containers, a mix of timing outcomes, a mix of flexibility and certainty. This diversity allows the system to adapt as life unfolds. But there is another dimension to these containers that becomes increasingly important over time. Access. Not just whether money is taxed, but when it can actually be used. Because some containers allow immediate access. Others restrict withdrawals, and sometimes those restrictions can force decisions at moments when you might prefer more flexibility. In the next episode, we'll explore this dimension more closely. Liquidity, access, and the ways financial structures sometimes create forced decisions.